Did you know that PWU has a Patreon? No? Well, now you do. You can get things like exclusive videos and merchandise, vote on polls for upcoming videos, and so much more. To find the full list of things that you can get by being a patron, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited today.
Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And we're here on a Tuesday with yet another Smackdown Live review, June 5th, 2018. Nick, what's going on?
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Smackdown Live review, recap, analysis, breakdown, thoughts, feelings, reactions, emotions, all the other synonyms that we can fit in there for June 5th, 2018. We've got Raging Red, Daniel Eubanks, Sean Cook, Luca Troller, who didn't message me back on Discord yet today because he's a douchebag to me. Simply Orange fan of some sort. That's a weird username. Crazy JJ26, Gregory, and more. And Nikon. Oh boy, Nicole Pellis is here. Yeah, notifications went out, so that's nice. Hey, let's give a big fucking congratulations to Rios 2003. Tim, I passed my test. No summer school for me.
Awesome.
Nice, because summer school was... You ever go to summer school?
Yeah, because I got screwed when I messed up my knee and was out for 7 weeks.
Oh, that sucks.
They were supposed to have a teacher's aide chick bring me my work like twice a week, and she missed some of my English assignments bringing them to me, so I ended up failing one semester of English. Wasn't my fault. Like, I couldn't go to school. My school was nothing but hills, and I had a cast on my leg from my toes all the way to my upper calf, and I was on crutches, and I literally couldn't walk around campus.
Sean Cook says, Nick, I graduated last year. So did I. Summer school was always a myth to me. It was always told, like, hey, do your homework or you'll go to summer school. And then I think at one point when I was in 6th grade, my first year of middle school, they were like, yeah, you need to go to summer school. And I looked at them, I was like, no. And they're like, excuse me? I go, no, I'm not going to go. I don't want to. They're like, we'll hold you back. I go, no, I'm just going to go up to 7th grade after this. And they go, well, fuck. We don't really know what to do from here. And they just let me go to 7th grade.
Interesting.
Don't know why that happened. The school systems here in California, not very good. But we're going to continue on here with SmackDown Live.
So before we talk SmackDown, I do want to say one quick note on 205 Live. Leo Rush, the man of the hour, is coming to the main roster. Announced it today that basically he's skipping NXT because, what did I say? He's done, what, 3 episodes of NXT and that's it?
He's done 3 episodes of NXT and like a smuggling of house shows.
You think Babatunde comes with him?
Oh, shit.
I didn't think about that till just right now.
Nah, it'd be weird to have a No, it'd be nice to have a non-cruiserweight guy there. I think that'd be interesting. It's not like he'd be competing.
True.
You know what I mean?
It would be a good dynamic to where, like, Leo Rush is in there talking crap, standing behind him, and then one of those cruiserweights, like, say, a Kalisto, tries to, like, do a dive off the top rope, and Babatunde just swats him.
Exactly.
So
that happened on 205 Live. That's our 205 Live recap. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it, and we hope you all have a great day.
All right, so SmackDown. SmackDown kicked off with Carmella coming out, and she was supposed to, quote-unquote, unmask the real Asuka. So what I thought she was going to do is let us know that Asuka really wasn't undefeated for 2 years or whatever.
Because she lost in that Battle Royal?
Exactly. But
fair enough.
She didn't. She just showed video packages. I think it was 2 separate video packages. One about the undefeated streak, and then a second one that started at WrestleMania where she lost, and then she's been on a losing streak as of late, and then they showed where she almost lost last week to Mandy Rose. And then Asuka comes out. Asuka really didn't say much before Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville came out, and Mandy Rose said that she's got unfinished business with Asuka as she wants to take on Asuka yet again tonight. And Sonya Deville said, you know, you're not wrong there, Mandy, but I think it's my turn to take on Asuka. And so they're kind of, you know, I want Asuka. No, I want Asuka. So Paige comes out and goes, you know what, girls? I thought I'm the one in charge, and I'm the one that makes matches. So tonight, one of you will be taking on Asuka, but Asuka gets to choose her opponent. And Asuka just goes, she literally snatches the mic out of Carmella's hand. Because keep in mind, Carmella and Asuka are in the ring. Mandy and Sonya are at the bottom of the ramp, and then Paige is up at the top of the stage. And Asuka just looks straight dead at Mandy and Sonya and goes, I want both.
That's how I feel about him, too.
And so Paige just goes, okay. She wants them both. Handicap match right now. So we had Asuka taking on Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Carmella was on commentary. Asuka was firmly in control until Mandy Rose caused a minor distraction and Sonya Deville took over. Asuka made a furious comeback, but Carmella distracted Asuka again, and Sonya Deville gained control. Later on in the match, Deville hit a spear for a near fall, but Asuka fought back, got the Asuka lock on her, and made her tap out.
There you go.
After the match, Rose jumped Asuka from behind, but was easily taken down. Carmella jumped Asuka from behind as well and beat her down. And we had a very weird segment between the New Day and the Miz backstage. So the New Day are there, and they've got this, I think it's a hat or whatever. I can't fully remember. And they were like, Miz, we're going to let everybody know who's going to be the New Day member in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Okay, can I just be completely honest with you?
Uh-huh.
I don't want that. I don't want that to be the storyline. Who's going to be the member?
We're not going to know until the match starts. They're all going to come down. Whoever's going to be in the match is going to stay there, and the rest are going to go backstage.
Dumb. I hate it.
So they were like, what you're going to do, Miz, is you're going to put your hand into this hat, and you're going to pick a name out. And whatever name you pick is who's going to represent the New Day in the Money in the Bank. And it's like, okay. So he goes to put his hand in the hat, and what happened? The hat's full of pancake batter.
Fucking. Whose thought was like, yeah, let's put pancake batter in the fucking hat.
And keep in mind, Booty'sworth is there too. They're pancake bacon butler.
Mm-hmm. Naturally.
And Miz is like, he's got all this pancake batter on his hand, and he wags his finger at Xavier, and the pancake batter flies off of his hand and hits Xavier in the face. Perfect. So he tries to do it to Kofi, and none of it flies off of his hand. So then he looks at Big E, and he shakes his hand again. Nothing happens, so he shakes it violently.
Naturally.
So it all flies in Big E's face. Then he looks over at Booty'sworth and just wipes his hand all over his shirt. Got one of them tuxedo shirts on. And he walks off in disgust. And they were just like, don't worry about it, Booty'sworth. We'll get you a clean, fresh shirt. And they started eating pancakes. I was like, that was a waste of time. Very waste of time. And people were saying yesterday, tomorrow's SmackDown is going to be so much better than Raw. Yeah. It really wasn't.
I mean, after that fucking poo-poo pee-pee platter of Raw, you got to have high hope. And I understand that. I went into SmackDown thinking, man, I'm going to really enjoy this episode of SmackDown. Waffles are the best. Waffle number one. Pancakes, not very good. I like pancakes. Waffles are so much better.
You know they're coming out with a WWE waffle iron.
I own a Star Wars waffle iron from when I worked at Box Lunch.
Nice. They're going to have one. It's going to look basically like the center plate of the WWE Championship.
That's dope. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 69 viewers right now. Everyone say nice in chat for 69 viewers.
Oh, Lord. All right. So then we had kind of like, I guess you could say, a preview for the SmackDown Live Tag Title match. It was Carl Anderson versus Harper. Harper basically dominated the entire match, and then out of nowhere, Carl Anderson rolled him up for the win.
There you go.
So backstage, Jimmy Uso. I wish I would have. Oh man, I wish I would have had the clip pulled up. Anyways, I'll say it in a second. So backstage, Jimmy Uso and Naomi are there, and they got their backs to the camera. And then Naomi spins around, and they're wearing these new T-shirts. Kind of cool. It looks like their Day One is 8 shirt, but it's like a dark blue shirt, and it's got the Texas flag on the back, and it says, what's it say? It says Texas. Something about Texas and where they started Day One or whatever, because they were trained in Texas at Booker T School in Houston. So I thought it was pretty cool that they did those shirts. Anyways, so Naomi was just like, Lana, you better watch out tonight. You and Aiden English, I'm going to snatch you bald. And the first thing that popped in my head was, you ain't got to, because Asuka already kicked her bald.
True.
I wish I would have had the clip pulled up. If you guys haven't seen it, go on Twitter and just search Lana wig. There was a clip from over the weekend where it's Lana and Asuka, and they're trying to throw kicks at each other, and they duck. Lana throws a kick. Asuka ducks. Asuka throws a kick, hits Lana in the face, and as Lana's going down for the bump, her weave pops out and literally flies out of the ring.
Perfect.
It's the greatest 4-second clip I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
So we then have Naomi and Jimmy Uso versus Lana and Aiden English. The okay match, a little long. Both Naomi and Uso hit an enziguri on Lana and English. Naomi followed up with a dive to the floor, taking out English and Lana. Lana was in control for a little while, where every time, she'd get knocked down, and Naomi was trying to go tag in Jimmy. Lana would, at the last second, grab her and pull her back into her corner. Did this for about 2 minutes or so. Finally, Naomi got Jimmy tagged in. There was a spot where Jimmy was thrown into the corner, so Aiden English ran to the other corner, and he's yelling, Rusev Day, Rusev Day, trying to hype up the crowd. And so he's going to charge at Jimmy in the corner like he's going to do some sort of a splash or something. And out of nowhere, like the camera angle was perfect because you don't see it coming. Naomi just flies off the top rope, crossbody onto Aiden English. It was like the perfect crossbody. So Aiden English gets up. Soon as he gets up, turns around, gets kicked right in the face. Super kick from Jimmy Uso and takes the pin. Good little finish there. There's also I think there was another spot where Naomi dove onto Lana to the outside, which kind of set up where you thought Naomi and Lana were done and out of the match. So then we have the contract signing. Paige is the moderator. You've got AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. But it's not your normal WWE contract signing because it's all backstage.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
So Paige is overseeing the contract signing. She's sitting at the head of the table. You got AJ on the left side, Nakamura on the right side. And Styles said he's tried to play Nakamura's games. The low blows, Nakamura pretending he can't speak English. Styles signs the contract, but Nakamura claimed that his pen didn't have any ink in it. He borrowed Styles' pen, but claimed it was broken and he threw it at AJ.
Naturally.
AJ then goes completely ballistic, just starts flipping out, slap Nakamura across the face. Styles left, Nakamura's just sitting there. They've got security or officials or whatever hauling AJ out of there, and Nakamura's just doing some weird thing with his hands and just like trying to but not laughing all at the same time. It was like, okay, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
But I like
this whole segment felt weird.
I can't remember who said it on Twitter. Someone was like, "Hey, Paige was effective here. Nobody got put through a table in a. No one got hurt or put through a table in a contract signing. That's GM of the year right there."
Hell yeah, it is.
Paige don't let no crap happen on her show.
Paige is like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this goddamn right.
Exactly. So then we had the best friends, a little tea time. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Good little match here. Traded holds early, went back and forth for a while. They stopped. There was a spot where they were like, throwing jabs at each other, and all of a sudden they stop and do the little tea time thing. And I'm like, really? In the middle of the match? And then they both go for a kick. They held each other's legs at this point and agreed to put each other's legs down. And they hit the ropes and collided in the middle of the ring. Flair hit a backbreaker for a near fall. Lynch fought out of a figure 4 leg lock attempt and hit a leg drop off the top rope for a 2 count. Later on, let's see, Charlotte went for a moonsault, but Lynch got her knees up. Flair attempted the figure 4, and it was reverse countered into the disarmor, where Charlotte did tap out to Becky Lynch.
So, Becky's not winning Money in the Bank then.
Oh, no.
There's no way you can. There's no way you go over on Charlotte being Becky Lynch right now. They're probably saying you're not going to win Money in the Bank. Here's a really good win up against Charlotte and a submission win.
Exactly,
at that.
and I think spoiler alert as of right now. Natty,
it was a good match.
Natty is still the odds favorite. I want to say according to Skybet. So
there's that.
All right.
So what's the point of Charlotte beating Asuka streak? That's a great question. So the point is, fuck you. If you're a fan, fuck you. Vince doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about
you.
us.
Know what it is? It makes it easier to book Asuka.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about Asuka always has to win.
Exactly.
Asuka can lose and set up rematches and this and that and whatnots. So
it's no one's ever gonna have a streak ever again. I think.
Honestly, I've heard I don't know if this is true or if it's just a rumor, but Vince is kind of against like super long super long streaks or whatever.
Yeah, and also so Carmella could cash in.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, if she was gonna, Asuka lost. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's like she could have cashed in on Asuka. Well, no, because Asuka would have looked really bad losing it that quickly, I guess.
Exactly.
All right, so we then had a interview segment. Now, if you didn't see this, I gotta set this up for you in your heads. So you got Renee Young. She's up at the top of the ramp. She's standing with her back to the crowd. Now, think back in the day when you used to have the segments with like Vince or Jesse Ventura or Macho Man, or even the stuff with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, where he'd call somebody in to try and earn some money. It was that kind of a setup where they're doing the interview up at the top of the ramp. They got again, backs to the crowd, which is kind of dumb because, you should be. I know they say play to the cameras because you're really supposed to play to the TV audience, but you got your crowd there and your back's to it anyways. So she's standing there and she goes, "My guest at this time, Big Cass." And Big Cass does the whole thing where he's taller than everybody. And he's like, "Renee, look at this right here. You have to have your hand fully extended up just so I can talk into this microphone. You're that small." And he ends up talking about how he's like, "I got to tell you guys a story. A couple years ago, when I was still in NXT, I was at WrestleMania 30. And I was there when Daniel Bryan won the title. Walking down the hall, I was behind him. He said Bryan's win at WrestleMania 30 was a fluke. And his win against him at the last pay-per-view, Backlash, was also a fluke." What the heck is that? Is that a train?
Woo-woo!
Anyways.
It's the hype train.
Oh, Lord.
For Money in the Bank.
It's the whoo train.
The whistles go, woo!
Anyways.
My window's open. It's hot as shit. Leave me alone.
I don't know if it was you or me because there's literally a train tracks like by my... Anyways.
I know. I was there.
Well, for people that don't know, there's basically a train next door to me. Train tracks. Anyways. So he showed footage from last week of Cass beating down Bryan. He promised to defeat Bryan at Money in the Bank, and that he was going to embarrass him. A very, very nothing 5-minute talking segment.
Yep.
So then there was a Dasha backstage. It's funny. When Dasha does the interviews, she talks normal, except when it's Sin Cara, when it's Zelina Vega, or when it's Andrade Cien Almas, because she gets like a Latino accent when she says their name. She's like, "My guest at this time, Sin Cara."
Well, she's, believe it or not.
Well, she doesn't say it she doesn't say it like that for anybody else.
Well, it's easier to say Sin Cara than, I'm talking to, I don't want to do it because it'd be really offensive, but it's easier to say Sin Cara than it is to say AJ Styles in a Latino accent. It naturally comes out like that.
Like the way she said Zelina Vega, I almost, if I didn't know she was saying Zelina Vega, you almost wouldn't know because she said it like super fast with like the tongue roll and all that. Anyways,
I've explained this multiple times, guys. Tim is my parole officer. That's how we met. God.
So
Sin
Cara comes up, and I have a question for this because he was like, "I've known Andrade since he was 15 years old." Now, has the Sin Cara character known Andrade that long, or has Unico, who's really under that mask, known Andrade that long? That's my question.
It's still Unico?
Well, yeah, it was. So, think about this. It was what's it, Mystico from Mexico came and became Sin Cara in WWE.
Right.
He got hurt, and because they didn't want to lose any steam with that character because it was still early when he came in, they put Unico under the mask. When the original Sin Cara was able to come back from his injury, they did the whole Sin Cara Blue versus Sin Cara Black. And so then regular Sin Cara became Sin Cara again.
That whole thing was stupid.
It was weird. Then he gets released. I don't know exactly what came to terms of what happened with the release or anything, but he gets released, and so nobody knows is any of the wiser. They put Unico back under the mask, and it's been Unico ever since. I mean, he's got the tattoo on his shoulder. Yeah. So anyways, that's my question. Has the Sin Cara character known him that long, or has Unico really known him that long? Anyways, he was just like, "I've known him since we were 15 years old. under the guidance of Zelina Vega, has changed him. And then Zelina Vega walks up, and she was just like, no, me with Andrade, it's done good things for him. Andrade doesn't need you anymore, and that's why he had me go to Paige and set up a match next week between you two. And as she says that, Andrade attacks him from behind and lays him out.
Perfect.
So
Brilliante.
next week, Andrade Cien Almas versus Sin Cara.
I like it.
Then we had the main event. It was a 6-man tag team.
When was the last time someone said that they were excited for a Sin Cara match?
Oh, man. When they were tag champs in NXT?
Yeah, probably.
So we had the main event. In the 6-man tag team match, The New Day versus Rusev, The Miz, and Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
New Day was firmly in control early on in the match. Woods went after Miz, which gave Joe the chance to take over as he tagged himself in. Heels isolated Woods in the corner. Kofi got a hot tag and ran wild. He continued and connected a high cross for a very near fall on Joe. Kofi was then hit with a DDT from The Miz for a near fall. Woods took out Rusev on the floor with a huge dive. Kingston hit a cool-looking move on Joe to the floor as well. So what this was, Kofi likes to do the trust fall. So Kofi's on the apron. And Kofi, you would think, okay, you know how when they do the Asane moonsault, like bounce off the middle rope and do the backflip to the outside?
Yes.
Well, instead of doing the backflip, he literally just does a trust fall. He bounces, flings himself up in the air by like 4 or 5 feet, and then just falls back down on Joe at the ringside. It was pretty cool. He just had to make sure Joe was in the perfect position because he was putting all his trust in Joe. That's why they call it trust fall. Anyways, so a little bit later in the match, heels get control, and they've got, I think it was Big E isolated in the ring. Miz goes and grabs the platter of pancakes.
Naturally.
You've got Big E on his knees in the ring. You've got Joe and Rusev holding him down. And as Miz is not paying attention, Big E kind of breaks free.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Miz still isn't paying attention. So what his plan was to throw the whole platter of pancakes in Big E's face. But when he throws the platter of pancakes, Big E's not there, and it just hits Joe and Rusev.
Perfect.
This pisses them off. This then leads Joe and Rusev to lay out the Miz. Joe leaves, and the New Day end up hitting the big ending on the Miz and get the victory.
It was a decent main event. It was fun.
I liked the main event. I actually liked the match.
It was fun.
Yeah. But
It
that
had
was
its
SmackDown.
moments. That was our recap, review, analysis, breakdown, thoughts, analysis, synopsis, informative podcast essay, talk for SmackDown Live here on June 5th, 2018. You can follow me on Twitter at PW_Armstrong and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ArmWeek. You can find our friends at Fightful.com. Over at Fightful.com, they've got all the shit that you need. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited, right here on YouTube, and at patreon.com/PWUnlimited. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And yeah, we'll be live again tomorrow night for the PW Unlimited podcast, as we do every Wednesday night, same place, same time.
Punk.
Huh?
Gonna be talking Punk.
Oh yeah, Punk won. So we'll talk about that. We are actually going to start a little deal. You know, it's halfway through the year. We want to see who's been the best so far as men, women, and tag teams. We'll talk about that tomorrow night.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, again, go check out our buddies over at Fightful.
And I do want to say something before we leave.
Yeah.
I am going to be streaming over on my Twitch. As soon as we stop going live here, I'm going to play Fortnite. I just want to let that be known.
Nice.
I'm going to be playing some Fortnite over there. Tim, if you want to hop on at any point, let me know.
I don't even. Well,
You have it on your PS4.
I don't even know if I have it down. I don't even know if I have it downloaded.
Okay. Well, I will be live over there at
You got Thanos yet?
They don't have that mode anymore.
Oh, it was. They don't do it anymore. Gotcha.
No, it was a limited time. So I will be live after this. Twitch.tv/ArmWeek. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Go get your Lana Day shirts.
Go get your Lana Day shirts.
Good night, guys.
Later.